It's Jack from B&T MacFarlane. Today we got a bit of a different one for you. We're actually going to go over the inventory situation that you guys should be looking out for whenever you're purchasing your tractor coming into this spring or coming into the summer. So let's get into it. So as many of you guys know, if you've purchased anything in the past year and a half, you know what the supply chain issues have been like. It's been kind of a nightmare, to say the absolute least, getting anything in stock, and getting a tractor has been no exception. So we're gonna make this video for you guys today so you kind of know what to expect when you're purchasing a tractor going into the spring, going into the summer. And this is just gonna be at our dealership here, so I'm just speaking from our own personal experience and kind of what we've had to deal with. Looking behind me, you can see it in the background, you're gonna see an absolute fleet of BX23S tractors. We actually just got these in this week. We do have some for stock, so that is a bit of a shining light in this whole supply chain issue that we have been dealing with. For the most part, tractors like the BX lineup, they have been very hard to come by over the past 6 months, 8 months. But just recently, we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with specifically the BX23S model. So if you come into our dealership today, you could theoretically get your BX23S in about 3 weeks, depending on the PDI shop. With that being said too, some of the other models in the BX lineup, like the BX2380 and the 2680, those have had a little bit slower production runs than the BX23S, so those we expect to kind of come in middle of the summer. So if you want to get your name on one of those, I'd suggest come in as soon as possible and put your name on one as soon as you can to make sure that you're going to get one for all of your summer chores. With that being said too, we're going to jump downstairs and get through this fleet of BXs and take a look at some of the turf stuff that we have going on this summer. So unlike the BX23Ss that we had in stock behind you guys, we have the Turf Series. So that's going to be Kubota T Series and Kubota Z Series, as well as some of the F Series and RTVs. I know if you guys have had any luck ordering a zero turn last year, you know how long it takes to get these things in. And I don't know how much research you guys have done, but you've probably read online that zero turn production across the board, across all kinds of manufacturers, has slowed down significantly for this year to kind of ramp up production in other areas, as in our L Series and our BX Series. So right here behind me, this is pretty much all the turf that we have going into the springtime, which usually we have maybe 2 to 3 times this amount going into the springtime for you guys to be able to purchase. Again, like the BXs, if you want one, I would definitely recommend putting your name on one as soon as possible. I know there's still snow on the ground, there's still fog coming out of my mouth, but thinking about the springtime now is probably a good thing to do if you want to get a zero turn or a new lawnmower going into the spring. With that being said, RTVs too. We do have a decent amount of stock on RTVs. I know other dealers do as well. It's just one of those things, if you're looking for a specific model and a specific color, I know you can't really be picky nowadays. If you want a specific color and you don't mind waiting, then go for it. But for the most part, we do have a lot of the XG850s, so that's the gas-powered side-by-sides. The ones that have been really hard to come by are the X1100s, so that's going to be the diesel cab model. Those have pretty much slowed down production completely, and we're probably going to be looking into about mid-summer until we could get you one of those. So behind me here, I have a Kubota L47, so this is a construction piece, but we're going to talk about some of the L Series tractors and bigger tractors ordering through Kubota. For the most part, we're looking at about a couple months. I know our dealership, we do a really good job in ordering tractors and making sure that we have enough implements in order to match up with those tractors. And I know if you don't mind waiting a couple months, you can definitely get a new L Series, so that would be your L01 or your LX Series. With that being said too, there are a certain amount of models that are tougher to come by. I know for a fact that LX2610 models with a cab, like the video I made about 2 weeks ago, those tractors have been impossible to come by, and they're very, very popular. So if you want one of those and you don't mind waiting, put your name on one, and hopefully we can see it in the middle of the summer. But for the most part, your L01 series, so that would be like your utility economy tractors from Kubota, we should have no problem getting you that for the summertime. We're probably looking. So behind me we have Kubota construction equipment. This has definitely been a sore spot for our dealership as well as many other dealerships across the country. Kubota construction equipment, Kubota actually implemented a pre-sale program. So every single piece of construction equipment that lands at our dealership, 99% chance it's going to be pre-sold. So I would 100% recommend putting your name on a piece of construction equipment, whether that be a skid steer or an excavator, as soon as you can. I know it's really tough to forecast what your business is going to look like 6 months down the road, 7 months down the road. But if you foresee yourself ever needing a mini excavator, if you come in today, the wait time will be about that 6 to 7 month period to get most of our excavators. Although there is a couple models that you can get a little bit quicker, but it's just kind of on a case-by-case basis what's available out there and what we can actually get sooner for you. The last thing we're going to talk about today will be the implement side of things. So a lot of the tractors, we see them go out, they go out with 2-3 implements. More often than not, they will go out with a front end loader. And I know it seems like right now a lot of dealers, they either have a lot of tractors with no implements or a lot of implements with no tractors. And we're kind of at the opposite side of that. We have a lot of implements behind us and very few tractors to actually put those implements on. And that's a big thing that's kind of slowing down our PDI shop as well. If you order kind of a specialty implement and you want it added to your tractor right from the dealership, it will take a bit of time if we have to wait for that implement and then wait for your tractor to get built in order to send it out. But for the most part, in terms of box scrapers and grading scraper and forks, we have tons of those in stock that will be ready for your tractor to go out in this summer and springtime. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video gave you guys a better idea of what to expect when you come in and order tractors and lawnmowers for this spring and summertime. And if you need any help with parts, sales, or service, give us a call at 613-225-0555. Thanks for watching.